to get started. Manta's going to be player 1, Dime going to be player 2. Let me let the players know that they are good to go, and then we'll get this show on the road.
There's a request to turn up my volume half a bit as much as last time.
Well, at that point, we're putting him back to where we were before, but hey, I have no problems with that.
Okay, get the...
But yeah, Dime, I believe, started off in SE5. I mean, I know that he was around in SE5. I don't remember if he had played the game previously. Manta's been around for as long as time itself, so, you know, there's that too.
Oh, don't forget to share.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's like...
Definitely would have forgotten about that, so thanks very much.
Absolutely. We got North California versus Florida. We got...
Only possible on Parsec. You're good to go. You can see everything in Miller?
Yeah, and, yeah, I see everything.
We're just trading lethal hits now.
Now, I just imagine... Okay, so... I have to have the color, but Manta will be the green Valdo, right?
Let me double check. So, Manta is the pale Valdo, Dime is the green Valdo. So, okay. Manta player 1, Dime player 2. That's probably easier.
Gotcha. You can probably put in the put like the color by the names.
Oh yeah, sure.
When you get a chance, but yeah. So I imagine from the start that like they'll just kind of start with like a spacing game, and just whenever someone gets some kind of momentum, it's just kind of be like a one-player game for like 5 to 10 seconds.
Something like that.
But that
yeah.
first round was kind of like pretty aggressive between both players.
Pretty back and forth.
Okay, so it's almost as I said, except without the spacing part. So they're just kind of like in each other's faces. Wake up 6xb, that's really interesting. Oh my god. Okay, so that's weird, because that was an air hit, so it kind of threw off the combo, because he kind of like went to the air a little sooner than normal. But still able to get some kind of momentum, but... let's see, Pale Boulder, that's Manta. Okay, great, so yeah, that's a soul charge for Manta.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one to commentate. This is why we get paid the medium bucks. Wow, okay. Nobody can hit anybody. Continuous whiffs. Tried to punish, didn't work out.
That's just hilarious, just because Valdo can be a pretty evasive character, so
yeah.
Watching Valdo whiff against Valdo consistently was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, they're a very evasive character, but also very fantastic at beating out evasion in Soul Charge, so it was like the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object to a certain degree.
So far, it feels like a lot of Unstoppable Force meets Unstoppable Force, because this is just a slugfest, oh my god.
I can definitely agree with that CE. I know it was a little bit random, but for one, it's incredibly fast and back turn, and for two, I mean, he's up 2 rounds, so you might as well just, like, keep going with it. Try to win it outright. Oh, wow! What?!
What?! That was so cool!
Wait, that has complete invulnerability?
No, because
that doesn't seem fair.
It's kind of like a special low, so the rising K kind of jumps over like.
Oh, la-di-da. Okay.
Like.
Yeah, I guess.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah. Super Freak. Having a tough time not whiffing. Fantastic whiff punishes here. How can you commentate this match? Just watch, Omega DR. This is why Omega XCN and I are professionals.
Yep.
Getting that guard damage.
The small bucks in the end.
Yeah. Whew, wow, what a back grab. Oh, I don't know so much about going for 1A. That's not where we are. Yeah, you can't really go for the highs. They're relatively obvious against a Valdo player. That's one of the other things that I think maybe both these players are going to have to get used to, is the fact that they can normally get away with a little bit of jank and stuff where people don't know the holes in Valdo game plan, but I would assume both these players know it pretty well.
Yeah, typically, at least coming from just playing like Taki mirrors, usually it just comes down to, okay, my player knows my character, so it's going to be a lot of just like spacing, a lot of like safe tools, and a lot of just like feeling out the opponent, right? I can't really say that about this Valdo mirror. It's just been just consistently aggressive, and it's just I guess it was like unexpected, but entertaining nonetheless.
Man, especially, I guess one of the things that I didn't think about was just the clash of soul charges, and the fact that Voldo apparently has evasion enough to get away from Voldo's soul charge. And so they're having a tough time getting any kind of momentum with regards to that sort of thing. Ooh, thought that he had sidestepped it enough, but no good dice.
It's almost like they're matching meter for meter, but not really getting any reward.
Yeah, basically the only person who's been getting a lot of mileage out of meter are the people who are just doing random CEs like that!
yeah, that's what it comes down to.
And that's really what is getting Dime in the paint here. Seems to be just a step ahead of Manta so far during the set. I believe he did win the first game, but let me confirm once we go to the win screen. Ooh, wow, what a catch.
Yeah, which is good for Dime because I feel like, and it's been a while since I played these two players, but observations say that like Manta's Soul Charge, he's got some really interesting setups. So if Soul Charge is kind of like not going to be too much of a factor in this match, then you know, the person who does like the most like well-read CEs might just have like a slight edge over the other player.
Sure, yeah.
That might be Manta, or I'm sorry, that might be Dime. But that's just one CE, so still long.
Well, technically two. He did have another one in the previous game as well. So, but again, you know, plenty of time. It's a first to 10. That's why I like having these extended sets, because you never know what kind of adaptations are going to be able to come into the fold. Very close second. Ooh, snuffing out the meter's a pretty big deal.
Yep, that was not the time for the CE. Oh my god!
I mean, again, you always have to worry about this with Voldo and back turn. I love the fact that Voldo players now have to eat this irritation.
We're gonna see that a lot in this set. Oh my god.
Yeah. Unless both of them start like getting used to the fact that they can't press. Oh man.
We're just permanently like afraid of the other person's CE to the point where it's like 2A.
Oh no. Well, that's a whip punish. That's a whip punish. So that's not really the same thing. But yeah. It's not really gonna have any soul charge. I doubt Manta's going to be able to exercise that guard. Wow, what a catch! Ooh, just enough. Fantastic. Fantastic setup. I believe that puts Dime up 2-0. 2-0 it is.
That 3-hit low, that is a natural combo, right? It's not one of those things
I believe
where, like,
so. And it's like one of those that's like minus on hit things. Obviously you don't have to worry about that if it's going to kill. Manta falling for Voldo stuff. How do you like it?
Okay, natural combo.
Kind of pick them apart. I think out of the two players, the Dime is the one who's having the most success of evading Voldo stuff. Manta's having a tough time figuring out the movement issue. He's getting like little tiny hits like this, but then every once in a while Dime just like bobs and weaves and get his like one lethal hit. Ooh, okay.
That was a pretty. So we saw like very few counter hits there. It was kind of mostly Manta just kind of being like in control, and it was all a lot of like small like pokey stuff too. So maybe slowing down just a bit with Manta in control. But here comes Dime.
Yeah, it seems like
a bit more aggressive.
Overall, Manta wants to try and like get in close and try to do like little tiny things like this, just keeping up the pressure, taking advantage of Dime being mashy, and trying to move away from situations. Yeah. So is that like? I'm starting to get the impression that's like literally guaranteed after he blocks something in Manta Scroll. It seems like, I guess, coupled with the fact that there's like that level of evasion that CE has, with like the backswing, maybe that's just straight up guaranteed after a Mantis Crawl thing on block. Don't quote me on that, I'm just getting that impression.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, it comes out pretty fast, and I imagine the only defense from Mantis Crawl is being able to auto GI with the, you know, the Humpty Hump.
Yeah, maybe.
But we haven't really seen that be a factor in this match so far, so perhaps you might be right that CE could be a guaranteed thing.
Maybe also, both of them are figuring that out for themselves as the set progresses. Ooh, I like the hopback, but Voldo limbs too strong. Sort of a punish. I guess that's the best that Voldo can get in that situation. Voldo's block punishment, not really that fantastic. Whip punishment is where it's at.
Ooh, nice
no, you blocked it, yep.
Read like a book.
Haha. He's gonna get a bar back, but Manta has all the meter to spare. Trying to do these super freaks, and they're just not working out. Too many two-hitters. Ooh, no punish.
You still get a little life back, but that might just be offset just by the damage you hit from the second hit. But here comes a lethal hit. That's going to be a setup. Okay, here we go. Plus range. Where we go and throw? No, we're just going to do a soul charge. It's going to be a guaranteed splat.
Oh, tried to hard read it. I still respect it. When you're ahead, it's cool to do, you know, additional reads and stuff. All right. Manta putting himself on the board. 2-1 in Dime's favor at the moment.
On the board, really stylish, really
Yeah.
aggressive, and always finding the time to just kind of like playing it small and playing the frame data game. Baiting out that CE was like beautiful because Manta had the plus frames.
Yeah, effectively Manta's trying to like cool down Dime's hot Voldo fire right now. Just trying to like keep it from being too big of an onslaught. Oh, wow, okay, Dime continuing to mash.
Yeah, just
shutting me right the hell up.
challenging when he's at minus frames. So
Yeah.
that worked out like beautifully because he got all that damage and he has momentum now. Nice step. Okay, that's what he's supposed to do.
Manta trying to do some stuff. I guess when when Dime doesn't have a CE to get out of the situation, he's not necessarily wholeheartedly prepared. That's probably going to do it. Yep.
And I suppose like the fear of like the Mantis crawl head towards break attack could make it really scary to in that break attack make it kind of scary to do defensive options like GI or RE. So he's really just kind of finding an angle. That side step was really nice. Two-way could work too. But yeah, we just gotta like see. It's just like going to be like a game of like reads and momentum.
Yeah, overall it seems like Dime is significantly more comfortable when they're like farther away at like 1 to 2 character lengths, but when Manta gets up close with stuff like this, he's really having a hard time understanding like where he can move. Overall, I just feel like Manta is taking a lot of advantage over Dime's propensity to move in certain spots. Stuff like this. So is that gonna kill? It will, right? Yeah.
And yeah, when Voldo does, when Manta does take those like advantages, it kind of puts Dime in a spot where he has to like respond with like an attack because like defensive options are just like not gonna cut it. And I feel like in those situations, Manta is just gonna be at advantage because like the best that Dime can hope for is like maybe just get out of the pressure. That's pretty good damage, but I feel like overall, just like when Manta's in there, risk reward is so in his favor. But there you go again. The advantage goes to Dime when he's at that 1 to 2 character spaces away. So I think you're on point with that.
Yeah, that's why Dime is moving around so much. What he wants to do and try to utilize Voldo's incredibly strong whiff punishment properties. And overall, it's getting him clipped a handful of times, but he knows if he just, like, gets that one swing, it's potentially going to be the entire round. He doesn't have to worry about all the small stuff that Manta is being successful with. The millisecond Manta went into the air, Dime knew he was going into a stance, and he was just mashing that button. I know it for sure.
Someone just give me an air horn every time we see a CE. I don't care if it's on hit or on block, just like... I can't keep screaming every time I see the CE, just because it's so ridiculous. But
got that back grab. Gotta be worried about the CE. Both players have to be worried about it. Jump A. Ooh, jump A back! What? What? What are you gonna do? But you have to worry about that CE still. You have to worry about that CE still. Nice super freak!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I don't. Oh man!
It was so good until that last moment.
Jesus Christ! 2-2. We are starting this stream off right. I'm just trying to imagine how these players are gonna like slow it down from here. Is the whole set gonna be like this?
I must say this is already one of the more entertaining mirrors.
Certainly the most volatile. Ooh, nice catch on the backstep.
Yeah, this kind of defensive play and movement for Dime is working out pretty well, and obviously, once he gets that momentum, he's gonna try to get as much free damage as possible. Here comes some Oki. Ooh, nice block from Manta. You've seen that before, obviously.
Ooh, wow. Nice punish. So I'm noticing that Dime certainly... I feel like Manta is not necessarily prepared or used to having somebody who is so comfortable dealing with Mantis pressure, and Dime is continuously trying to sidestep and pulling out that 2-2B. The 2-2B very unpunishable by Voldo. It seems to be only getting like a 2A, so I mean, hey, you don't really have to worry about all that much. And it seems to be getting him out of dodge in so many spots when Manta's trying to create aggressive pressure.
Yeah, and the side step like step guard kind of thing or 2-2B whatever as an answer to Mantis Crawl is not a bad answer. He's got a hard call it out with Mantis Crawl K, which is kind of like a fast, like really fast somersault. That's not that it has a big hitbox, but it just comes out so fast that it just kind of like catches the steps. That's how the frame math works out. So I like that, he's continuing to do the step guard during Manta's pressure, but, you still got to worry about stuff like Manta's Crawl A, which is like plus on block and just continues the pressure. We've seen that time and time again. But that is going to be...
curious to know that we haven't seen that sort of thing just yet. And I also gotta say, like, the amount of mileage that both players have gotten over just jumping backwards into a 66B has been pretty hilarious. 2 bars on Dime's side. No, he's gonna get out of there, isn't he? Okay, I guess he didn't have any other options, but I'm probably gonna say that, yeah, that's gonna kill. Alright, he's getting away from these CEs. Dime needs to mix it up a little bit more. That's not necessarily cruise control anymore. Dime solidly won the first 2, but there's a reason why I make these extended sets. More blocks done.
Push them in the corner, but...
Wow, how did Manta's 2-2B lose there? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why wasn't that a clash?
Yeah.
I guess Dime's just a bit faster there.
Yeah, I guess so. Manta has the guard gauge going on. Haven't really seen guard gauge come into play just yet. More hops.
So Manta was trying to kind of like control the space there, but then Dime was just like, you know what, I got the corner pressure, I'm just gonna go in now. But Manta's showing some good defense, so maybe this can take him a little bit further. Oh, bad situation.
Dime, stop. Stop trying to jump at him. I don't like that you're doing that. Oh man, you got... No, he didn't. Oh man, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you don't have a soul charge to burst out anymore.
There's a Manta's Crawl K, so he kind of uses plus frame to do the K, just kind of like shut down the side step.
No duck on that high.
Damage,
yeah. Alright, he spent the bar first, which, in my opinion... Ooh, okay, we're gonna go with the RI, but he doesn't get anything, he gets a Super Freak instead. This is kind of a big deal, though, because that means that Dime doesn't have the ability to Soul Charge burst himself.
Unless maybe he can get some meter burst. Oh my god, that was a chunk of meter.
Yeah.
Okay, so CE on deck.
Yeah. Manta dead to a CE, has to be very cautious. But he can't be that cautious. Ooh, that was very risky of him. Okay, but Soul Charge.
Yeah, he's gonna use Soul Charge to try to close
No, it didn't work for some reason!
Manta responds to the Soul Charge by just getting in there. He's not gonna let him use that Soul Charge, so Dime does a little bit more damage.
Manta has a bar!
This game. What?
No, what? Manta, are you gonna Soul Charge? Okay, you're gonna Soul Charge. The last time this happened, Dime... Oh, wow, what a catch! Oh, man, what a comeback. That was powerful stuff. Manta having just the right amount of tempo and aggression to get away Dime's meter advantage. Didn't have to worry about the guard gauge at all. And then being able to utilize his own meter as an advantage against Dime, making it so that when Dime tried to be aggressive on Manta's Soul Charge, he ended up getting got.
Just because of how, like, Baldo evades and how, like, whip punishes, I feel like you can take every one of those, like, moments and just, like, put on the slow motion, and they can all be, like, good shots into, like, a Zack Snyder film or something. Like,
the only problem is that, like, our reactions, which are just like, yeah, I guess in slow-mo would be like, why? Nice hop back.
I would watch that.
Yeah, sure. It's a novelty.
Okay, I like the Super Freak is a pretty good answer to the break attack in the Manta Scroll.
Kinda wish Dime wasn't using that. Seeable low. Nice, little teeny tiny Twitch duck. Getting that game. We're at 3-2 right now.
Okay, -4, but has a kind of a mix-up, so Manta knows that he can mash there because he is at +4 even though he ate that low.
Nice catch. They're going to be a little bit more frivolous with that string, seeing as how I don't think either player has actually been able to duck the non-jailing high so far. Just not expecting the move to come out, I suppose.
Ooh, just when Dime was out of the pressure, he just puts himself right back into it.
It's got meter, though. I assume we're going to try to use it pretty soon. No? We're just going to let Manta roll all over you? I guess he's
like... get out of that pressure safely, and he does it, but...
I guess he was kind of like waiting for a CE. I just don't know if that's the right way to go at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I really wish he used his bar there.
I think he was just kind of sitting on like that fear of the CE, knowing that when Manta's gonna go in, he's gonna kind of go in kind of like sheepishly. So that whole time, Dime was just kind of looking for that angle, but unfortunately, Manta just gets a good hit in, and just able to close out the round. So unfortunate waste of meter there.
Yeah, I just feel like overall, it was working for Dime in the first 2 games, but I feel like the CEs have been significantly less effective. as the set has been going on, and so I feel like you're gonna have to start utilizing for Soul Charge. So he gets the Soul Attack. Ooh, catches him trying to press.
Probably the first Soul Attack we've seen in the set.
Yes. Yeah. Not the first Soul Charge, but definitely the first Soul Attack setup.
Yeah, as a combo enter, what's like Voldo in there? Pretty interesting. Oh my god. That's awesome.
Why did he decide to do all that? Like, I don't get it at all.
I feel like that's literally everybody who wants to fight the Voldo player. Like, why do you do all that? Ooh, punishes him for playing dead.
Yeah, nice I'm getting a huge amount of damage there. Ooh, speaking of... Oh, no! He tried to get for the wall combo, it didn't pan out.
Yeah, he didn't believe in it. Oh, but he believes in this one. That's the CE.
Not gonna
Guts,
kill.
I have no idea.
Well, now I'm not convinced. Ooh.
Oh my god, I forgot how much damage that last hit does.
Yeah, it does a huge amount of damage. Dime, you can't just keep eating all this guard damage. You do have to win at some point. Okay, he gets it.
Okay.
Still, Dime might have to worry about the guard gauge, plus Manta with 2 bars. Nice. That seems to be the tale of the tape so far, is that hop back into 6SB whip punish setup.
Is that the Voldo mirror metagame?
Vintage classic hop back, yeah.
The good old hop back.
As we all know and love.
Bring it back old school.
Yeah. Alright, bar for bar. Dime is dead to Manta breathing on him.
I just got hit by that.
Alright. Manta pulling away. But this is the same game advantage that we had before for Dime, so still plenty of time to figure it out. Won a different stage. I would say that the character's ring outs not necessarily bombastic in my opinion.
Yeah, if we're still accepting that Dime prefers to play kind of like at a long range, like 1 to 2 character lanes, this might be a better stage for him, a little bit more space to work with, but now we have ring outs, so...
Yeah. And we don't have walls, that's another thing.
So, we'll see how the ring outs come into play in this Voldemir here.
Yeah, I'd be kind of surprised if we see 1 or 2, but I might be wrong. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, like, I can't even, like
imagine them?
Yeah. I don't have, like, a memory of,
I can't envision what the
Voldo
Voldo ring outs are like.
Like, maybe Rising B or, A throw? You know,
they're involved in, like, setups that I don't necessarily remember all that well, and it's just kind of like, oh, I guess Voldo gets a ring out here, and then it happens. And that's it.
And you got the, like, the classic, what is it, the Mantis Crawl, like, dive low thing.
Yeah.
But it's, like, so linear and so slow, I feel like it's gonna be kind of rare in this ring out stage.
You saw him trying to get that wall rising B. That might have been a ring out were it to have hit.
And I think Dime recognized that. Like, okay, I'm just gonna back up a little bit, take my health advantage.
Ooh, nice sidestep. Fantastic whip punish on its boot.
In the corner. Oh, nowhere to go.
Immediately going into Mantis Crawl.
Manta probably could have died for that, but
yeah,
he's in there.
At that point, he has such low life that, like, you might as well take a risk. Like, I'm not even so... okay. I'm not even surprised that Manta took a risk and potentially got hit by that BB lethal hit, right? Because he had such low life, you might as well give it a go. Oh, wow. Whiff into GI.
Oh. Nice little GI exchange there. Level 3 and level 2 into the sidestep of the break attack.
Yeah.
But here's a Soul Charge.
Soul Charge v Soul Charge. Seems like Manta's the one that gets the most mileage out of these situations. Nice.
What's mileage out?
Nice Dime just sitting there with no hitboxes. Nope, okay, he still can't hit him, I guess. And good job by Dime. Question mark.
Is that just like the anti-Voldo I'm just not aware of?
I guess so.
I just, like,
it's certainly flummoxing Manta, who can say? Manta's just sitting there like, man, this character's cheap.
Welcome to the stage of history.
It's like, holy shit.
Going with a new stage immediately. I wonder what Manta's trying to get, because it's going to be tough to get. If he wanted something that was like enclosed spaces, that stage is one of the smaller ones, so I don't really know. I guess he wanted walls. I guess he feels better, more comfortable with the idea of trying to back somebody up into a wall and then just like overwhelm them with movement and advantage and stuff. But yeah.
I feel like, you're saying that Manta kind of at his advantage in this matchup when it comes to Soul Charge. On top of that, when it comes to like the Mantis Crawl stuff, I feel like he was able to just kind of get a lot more mileage off of Mantis Crawl, stance pressure, and all that good stuff. More so than Dime. With that said, I think that maybe a smaller stage, like you say, could like advantage, give him more of an advantage, or put him more in that comfort spot that Manta likes to play, where Dime likes to play, a little bit back and more jump moves until
yeah, this is more jumps than I see from like Azzle players. Yeah, trying to challenge there. But overall, Manta's slowly gaining an idea of like how he's supposed to be evasive. You can see him trying to pull off like the no-wo and go for like significantly more 2-2-As, which I think is a fantastic move. Both of them trying mad hard to get these whip punishes.
Yeah, but with the 666 speed, can come out just a little too late. So much evasion, just...
Both of them dead to a CE. One of them's in back turn, so okay. So they both go into back turn. I guess we're just gonna waddle around for a little while, waiting for that CE to happen. Dime got impatient. Don't get impatient, Dime. No, Dime, you're putting yourself up for failure. No, Dime! I saw that coming 50 years ago. I knew it. Manta staying
Don't do it, Dime. No, Dime.
Yeah. I saw it coming. It was like, there's no way this isn't gonna happen for him.
Which is fine, because like the way that Manta was playing those last 5 seconds, I would more so think I would be more like Dime. But yeah, he was. I suppose he just kind of got really antsy by just like closing it out.
The CE, I think, was just too much of a threat to disrespect him like that. I think that was really the problem.
Yeah,
Dime
really
putting
fast.
his back turn Baldo opponent into front turn. That's a fantastic part of the metagame on that one unseeable low 2-hit string.
It's like, if you see Voldo back turn, like, you know what, I want to try to touch him. If I touch him, he's going to turn around, and he's going to be a more tolerable character to deal with.
Catching him on the ground. Both these players fantastic at catching each other prone. Oof. Very important back tech there. Catching and mashing. Manta slowly but surely has been figuring this out. He is now halfway home, 5-3.
Yeah, I like that Dime, like, continues to seemingly have confidence in his, like, defensive game plan. But I think he just needs to just go a little further. Like, when he gets those, like, good defensive reads, he gets big damage, and he'll, like, get him, like, momentum. But, I don't know. I think just the amount of reward that Manta gets off just like Manta's pressure just kind of supersedes what Dime can pull off on defense. Manta
immediately going back into like immediately changing the stage. He ended up getting the same stage as he got that previous time, and he typed in the chat he was so excited. Also, I gotta say, Crazy J, thank you very much for the $12 donation. That completely pays for the stream. Thanks for the support; it's greatly appreciated. Likewise, that's an interesting thing coming from the person who is supporting me. So I very much appreciate it in turn, and hope to have you on the War of the Roses stream again at a future date.
Okay, great. Knowledge of the anti-Mantis Crawl at that long range, being able to sidestep the Mantis Crawl, what do you call it? Mantis Crawl 6?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. Don't ask me about the Baldo input.
Sure.
Yeah, Mantis move forward, yeah. So this is clearly what Manta wanted with regards to a stage, but now knowing that as Dime, I feel like what Dime is going to do is that he's going to switch the stage literally anytime we don't get the forest. And there's plenty of non-forest stages as opposed to forest stages. So, I don't know if Manta's going to be able to keep up in this race. Oh, he catches the CE! That's a lot of meter lost.
They came in, I have the life lead. I ain't going to do anything.
Mid, low, mid, low, mid, low. He just goes for it. Eventually, I like the idea that, like, Manta has a bit of time where he plays Voldo and plays Soul Calibur, and then it's other times where it's just like, I don't want to play anymore, I'm just gonna, like, do something silly. Oh, man.
He's like, life advantage accepted. Wait, he's in my face, he's not doing anything. I'm gonna duck. I'm gonna not duck. Stand, duck. Duck, stand.
Initiate, time to flip out. Nice. Gigantic combo. Biggest combo we've seen so far. Can Dime keep it? No, I mean, it's not going to be anywhere near as good. Problem is that this guard gauge is, like, just looming over him. He wants to make Manta use it this round. Oh, he's going to try and win this round, huh? Okay, good luck. You can do it. Yeah, he needs, like,
I kind of respect it.
Ah, yeah, that's too bad. So he ends up getting the bar back. He did get a little bit of guard gauge on Manta, but I think the problem was that he was trying to hit too many home runs. He wasn't going for the small things, and I think that's something that's very important with regards to soul charges, is that it's kind of clearly obvious when your opponent's going for a timing, for a big sweeping launcher that's going to get them back into the game. As long as you just stand there blocking, you don't have to worry about that, unless it's a character that has like a mix-up in soul charge. Shoutouts to Mina.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, like, Soul Charge is like a timer. Like, you have, like, maybe about 10 seconds, so you don't have to go, like, right away into your, like, pressure.
I'm sorry, did you see how much damage that last hit did on that string? I was like, yeah, he's probably going to eat this from getting grounded. I didn't know it was going to do as much as, like, an Amy No Roses launcher combo.
Yeah, all this damage, kind of... again, I need to play Voldo more often.
Yeah.
Like, this is all... pretty surprising.
So, now we are in the same issue that we were in before when we were in this spot. 2 bars and a guard gauge issue on Manta's side. Dime gonna have a tough time keeping up in the resources race. Nice sidestep.
Yep.
Maybe he can get a little bit off of this wall. Yeah, he's gonna have to deal with double burst, so I don't know. This guard gauge thing I think is a looming terror. Is that going to be... Yeah, that's going to be plenty. I forgot. The range on the Voldo CE is like 85 miles.
And he's still in Soul Charge, so this pressure is going to continue to happen.
Neither player really... Yeah, he tried to sidestep. Not so much that time around. So I assume Dime is going to want to try and change the stage. Like, no, he's going to go with rematch. Okay. I would probably change the stage if only because it's clear this is what Manta wanted. And so I would just want to make him feel a little bit less comfortable. Oh, okay, he went with,
here we go.
Is he going with character? Geralt, huh?
Geralt?
And he locked it in. Okay. Very well. So I have a teeny tiny bit of experience in this matchup, and I think Geralt does fine. Fine to relatively well. You want to talk about the fun police. Any of this kind of randomness that Manta's pulling out at the moment can be very heavily cooled by what Geralt's able to do with things like 1A and 3A. Obviously not going to see a huge amount of damage unless Manta decides to give it to him with things like post-GI and like soul charge kind of lethal hits. But the amount of ability that Geralt is going to have to try and like cool everything down is potentially going to make things a lot slower.
Meanwhile, this wall combo, pretty respectable damage.
Yep.
And getting 2 out of 3 hits that you need to break this wall. Still probably warming up on the side of Dime.
Yeah, I imagine this game is going to go by really quickly, and then it's going to be up to whether Dime wants to try and like see it through,
oh my God,
or if he's going to like pan it out.
Wait it out. Wait a minute, though. Just one hit away from both players. That is Dime. I thought he was going to be
fantastic
dead,
stuff.
But he managed to
fantastic staying cool and calculated, because normally on Geralt's back grab you do have a bit of Oki that you can pull off, but against Voldo you never have the kind of grounded Oki that you expect. Nice super free.
I'll say with the way that Dime has been playing on the Voldo in the previous games, Geralt is a pretty fantastic pick, because you know, even on the Voldo, he was preferring the spacing game, kind of playing range and playing defensive, and Geralt arguably kind of gives you, you know, the tools to do that better, I would say.
Absolutely. If that's the game plan that you want, for sure. Alright, gets the parry. This is going to basically make up for the meter that was used during it. I kind of don't like these 3Bs. I mean, I know that Voldo can't really punish it, but the blocking isn't the problem. In a step duck meta, you're worried about it being stepped, and Geralt has some of the best horizontals in the entire game. I feel like we need to see a little bit more of that.
Here comes the Mantis pressure, so no time to space just yet, because Mantis is in there.
Caught the exact same kind of timing off of the parry. Gets the... Oh, yeah. So this is the main thing. Yeah, if you get that lethal hit when your opponent has 2 bars, it's also kind of hit confirmable for people who have better reactions than me. I think he has the 1B lethal hit as well. Oh, and that's dead.
Yeah,
No, it's not because it's the back grab, I forgot! If that was just the regular command grab, that definitely would have killed, but because it was a back grab, he just got the traditional back grab. That's actually very unfortunate for Dime. He spent meter for literally no reason. Yeah, if it's a back grab, it just turns into a regular back grab, but typically that would have killed because he was in Soul Charge. Again, I think Dime has the 1B lethal hit. I don't know if it's going to come up. Ooh, fantastic sidestep. Ooh, nice parry. Pushing him over to the wall. Lots of meter on Manta's side, but again, I think one of the things that was keeping Dime in check was the resource race, but Geralt kind of plays the resource race in a different way, and that's going to solidify the first round for Dime in his new Geralt pick, putting it to 6-4 in Manta's favor.
Yeah, you're right. He kind of plays like the meter game kind of differently because, you know, when Manta goes into Soul Charge, previously Dime should like, okay, I'm a little worried, I gotta like hold this, but that, you know, as Geralt, he's like, ooh, I have a lethal hit on deck.
How is Manta getting the forest stage like over and over again? How is he pulling that off?
No, it's in the daytime now.
It must be nice. Yeah, they've been fighting for hours. Wow, what a follow-up! Just a fantastic chase down. Lots of 3Bs. Normally when I play this matchup, I'm doing 3A like as often as I blink.
Definitely a fantastic move to be able to abuse, but once again, Manta's just in there, so here comes the defense from Dime.
Yeah, I guess it's not really all that important because Manta isn't necessarily playing a defensive playstyle the way that Valdo could potentially play. Yeah, there's the AA. Now you get a slightly better punish rather than your two ways from Valdo.
Ooh, nice armor.
Yep. No meter to try and come back in this. Oh, wow. Just an oddly timed 3-3B. I'm not a fan of 3-3B, but something that I'm noticing from Dime's move choices is that he's significantly more heavily leaning on the fact that Valdo can't punish anything on block all that well. So he's doing like 3Bs, the 3-3B, a lot of like the horizontal in that stance, a lot of that kind of stuff that Valdo's really only going to get like a 2A, and you can kind of see that Manta's even like seems to be intentionally dropping it because it's just not worth it. You might as well go for something else.
Irden is kind of like, I think, a dividend for Dime, just being able to fight against that Manta's pressure.
Yeah, see, those little 2As after the 3B, that's all you have to take. And that's honestly probably worth it. Okay, so Dime is going to spend all of his meter on these parry attempts. Which, I mean, hey, it's working so far.
And Dime got like, a little cut off guard with the, kind of like the timing being shooken up by Manta. In those like last couple of hits that made a difference.
Doing the max range 3Bs. That way, like, Valdo can't punish it at all on block. It's the problem is that the side steps. Go in the meter route.
At the same time, now I'm getting a little bit more worried about Dime, where Manta is trying to try to... He's kind of catching on to Dime's habit of trying to catch these, like, this Manta stuff with, like, auto GIs and stuff, so that can get him killed if Dime's not careful, but a great round win for Dime nonetheless.
Speaking of things that people are taking advantage of when the other is not careful, Manta going into Soul Charge, honestly, pretty frivolously against Geralt, giving Geralt effectively like a pseudo 50-50 that is going to be able to do massive amounts of damage on a character that typically does not get a lot of damage. Needs to be a little bit more careful with that. He also has to deal with the fact that he, oh wow, just caught him out of a bar, immediately going into another bar. No punish. Oh, very scary. Oh, another very scary movement.
I was gonna say a pretty good, pretty big resource win for Dime, but if it means resources for the round, I'll take it if I was Manta.
Yeah.
It just needs one more poke. This is really close.
Yep, the 1B lethal hit. I saw that coming, so 6-5. In case nobody here knows, Geralt has certain lethal hits that are made available to him as he progressively gets more signs during the match. The first one you get is 6-6-BB. Normally not very important at all, seeing as how 6-6-BB is basically just a combo tool. It's like an I-80 billion vertical mid that nobody ever really hits. Fantastic wall combo. Second one he gets is the 1B, which is an unseeable low. That's a vertical, but still an unseeable low. And then the third one he gets is 3B. So he could potentially ratchet up lethal hits to the point where he has a vertical 50-50 mix-up for a gigantic amount of damage.
And they kind of like transfer between rounds, right?
Yeah, they transfer between rounds, yeah. It is not a one round thingamajiggy. That's not going to do it. Coming up very, very close. Dime teched forward, and then I think hesitated. He was like, oh, I immediately regret this decision.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't expect the finish string there.
Yeah.
Expected just an AA. He wanted to take his turn, but alas, it was not his turn. Oh, got around the.
I don't know so much about these parries. Like, that's a huge resource investment. Half a bar.
Yeah, they're working out earlier, but like I was saying before, I feel like Manta is kind of like catching on. So
Yeah.
now he's shaking his timings. He's playing with his ranges to be able to get around those defensive options.
Very
that,
similar
Geralt has.
to how Manta was dealing with Dime CEs in the beginning, right? Dime CEs in the first few games were very, very successful, and then as time went on, they immediately became unsuccessful. So it's going to be a matter of if Dime can pull out so much stuff, and this is the reason why first attempts are so great, right? Is that you have the time to try and figure this kind of stuff out.
Right, you can make the adjustments, you can make the counter adjustments.
Nice block into punish. That was fantastic. Sorry to cut you off, but that was just really, really great.
It's just fascinating with these first attempts, like you say, just kind of seeing like the evolution of like the mind games and the
from both players. Yeah.
Can make. Yeah.
One of them just trying to stick it out with Voldo. The other one potentially going to be flopping from character to character. I know there are plenty of other characters that that Dime could potentially try and play. I remember him trying Setsuka for a while, though. From what I've seen, Setsuka against Voldo seems pretty impossible. I don't know if you want to pull something like that off.
Yeah. I definitely don't like that matchup with Setsuka.
It just seems like you're competing at ranges that are just never in your favor.
Right. It'll be interesting if you sidestep Setsuka, like I said, so that feels like a terrible matchup, but we'll wait it out for now. As,
it doesn't have to worry about trying to change
pressure.
characters when it's working. Gigantic amount of meter on Manta's side, but important to know, 1AB from Geralt is a lethal hit counter hit combo when the opponent has full meter. So he punishes you for using meter and not using meter. Manta maybe wants to try and look into trying to set up situations for a CE so he can spend meter in a relatively safer way.
Right now we're in Manta land.
Trying to beat out that parry. Didn't work out. This is kind of risky. What are you gonna do? Risky for both players. Ooh, fantastic success. Gigantic success from Manta on that. Being able to utilize his soul charge. So 7-5. The Geralt pick still working out relatively well. He's staying in place. The problem is that at the paces we're going at, Manta for sure gonna win.
Yeah, I was about to commend Dime for like the patience. Like he had his back against the wall, and he's staying calm until it stopped working anymore. Where Manta just kind of catches him in a mix-up. So it just kind of comes down to a matter of just being careful about that ring position. Seemingly back against the wall against this Voldo is like really, really dangerous. No matter how good your defense is, and that was a cool custom combo.
Yeah, was that Wall Rising K 2B? Geralt's Wall Rising K, honestly, graphically, looks like the weakest move in the entire game. I don't think any move looks weaker. Ooh, fantastic CE. Just decides to bet it all in that situation. You might as well.
Although, Jump K might be a candidate for a weak-looking move.
Yeah, I guess. At least there's like a little bit of like a putting your foot forward that makes it look like it has a little bit more force. With the Wall Rising K, it doesn't look like he's doing anything at all. Nice sidestep. He didn't get the sidestep the first time that move happened, and he's getting caught by the back turn B+K from Geralt. That definitely does have gigantic, horizontally kind of hitboxes, akin to many Wall Rising or back turn B+Ks in this game. Still catching him. Okay. I think he just glowed green, so I think he has the 1B lethal hit now. Yes, he does.
Really funny,
Ooh, no
kind of
punish.
like since we're kind of in tier list season, it's kind of funny seeing like Geralt kind of like consistently kind of on the bottom 5, but
yeah,
he doesn't have like as much explosive stuff as like the rest of the cast, but it still seems very, very solid with respectable damage in a lot of areas.
I think the problem is, well, with the fact that this tier list season, so to speak, is so heavily defined by online gameplay. Because we just don't have the ability to play offline at the moment, considering the circumstances. And I think Geralt, out of any character in the roster, suffers the most in online gameplay. Because he doesn't have that explosive damage in most situations, and it's all about spacing poking and timing kind of goes away when your timing is quite literally delayed. So what are you gonna do, you know? That's why somebody like Linkors will only play Geralt in a parsec kind of situation, not in a traditional online tournament.
Yeah, or maybe offline, maybe in Ukraine somewhere soon. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you know, time will tell. I'm sure he will play all of the characters that he typically plays at one point or another. Ooh, catches with the tech trap.
Oh my god. Still has some space to deal with, so yeah, Dime just decides to take it.
Size of spend, soul charge. That means both players are dead to one hit. He keeps eating that back turn B plus K. Gee whiz.
This is such a thick hitbox. Yeah. It does so much damage.
Yeah, horizontal and vertical. It's not exactly the fastest thing in the world, but still very good for somebody like Manta. He really had a read and a half, and it just didn't work out. One game away from tying it up at 7-6.
Continuing the backwards jump.
Yeah.
I'm gonna brace that meta, man.
Significantly less backward hops from both of these players. I think, for one, Manta's more comfortable trying to figure out when that's going to be effective against Voldo as opposed to Geralt. And also, two, Geralt's moves are pretty large. So, like, the back hop, I would be willing to bet won't be as effective.
Yeah, I agree with that.
God, every single time. He hasn't even blocked any of them. He's just getting hit by them. And that's a huge amount of damage. Ooh, getting hit by that 1A. The back turn B plus K? Yeah. I can't remember if it's punishable on its own. The problem is that it has a string, like he can go into the force bubble.
Right.
So when it's a string, it's a little bit more complicated, right?
Okay, yeah, gotcha. So I wonder if like that's the mix-up, like you block it, he does do the string, maybe it's like punishable, but even with that said, like Voldo's punishment game, like you said, is not that great anyway,
on block,
so.
Yeah, not very great at all. A jump B, one of the more awkward jump Bs, trying to get more mileage out of the 66K. It is RE safe, fantastic safe move. That's not gonna do it, but it's going pretty close. Ooh, yeah, you don't tech there. That allows the 1AA to give you a potential re-wall bounce. Bubble. No whip punish! Oh! Nice catch on jumping the 2A. Yeah, too many 2As. This is exactly why Dime switched characters. He wanted something, just a force of hitboxes in Geralt, just to be like, no, enough ridiculousness.
Yeah, just nice hitboxes, ability to just like, slow it down.
Yeah.
And who needs Voldo CE when you have the threat of Geralt Yrden to kind of slow down Manta's pressure? So. Great pick on Dime's part, but
yeah, smart play.
That said,
all this being said, Manta is still in the lead. He's only taken away the disparity. I believe they switched when it was 5-3, so he's only gotten up one game so far. Surviving the gauntlet that is Manta's options in this situation. He still has that 1AB lethal hit clocked. Manta hasn't spent bar yet.
Still, so many tricks still left in the bag.
Instead, he's going for, like, random 3Bs. I don't know so much. But Manta isn't getting the whip punishes that he typically gets. You can see him kind of, like, canceling. People with better reactions can see the 1A, counter hit confirm, and then go into the rest of the combo. Otherwise, it's an unsafe string. Wow! No, that's gonna do it!
Oh my god!
Yeah. What a fantastic move choice. That was great. Getting away from the Super Freak. Tying it up at 7-7. This is turning out to be one of the closest sets we've had.
I was getting more and more worried with Manta just kind of accepting his health advantage and he's just trying to real slow it down. But like, you know, as like time went on where he still hasn't won yet, I'm like, oh god, Dime might just like steal this. So that's just really unfortunate. Good stuff from Dime.
Tough to steal things from Geralt. Geralt keeps it pretty close to the vest. Spending a lot of meter on the parry again. I'm gonna say he's about like at 45% in terms of success rating. But that being said, Manta isn't really punishing it all that much. So if anything, kind of interesting to have like one of the most basic characters in the game, and still dying to character ignites. Oh, didn't do the full combo. He could have won there.
Manta, all this pressure and Dime and like reverse mix it from Dime, like, is smothering Manta.
Yeah. Which is hilarious because Geralt's up-close pressure is really not that impressive, to be honest. The 4KK stuff that he's doing can be step-ducked to a pretty successful degree. It just doesn't really seem like Manta's really all that comfortable with it.
Right. And, you know,
And you can
it does
punish
not
the
come
A
from them.
there. So there's lots of options that you can do, but if Manta's just going to stay put, it's very similar to how people typically try to deal with Voldo.
Not such big range coming out of Dime.
Yeah.
Geralt, man.
The
Like,
back
and that
burn
tech crashes
people-
too?
Yeah, it does.
That move is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
That move's incredible.
Yeah. Again, not the fastest, like compared to something like Amy or Astaroth or something like that, but
Yeah.
if it hits, it hits.
A lot of range too.
Using that bubble.
Hard. 10 frames.
Yep. Not going to be punishable by Voldo at all, either.
I'm so solid right now.
Yeah, it's just using those 3As. Has to worry about the guard trouble, but that's not really that big of a deal. It hasn't really been that big of a deal. No punish on 3A. See, like, I guess I see now why Dime is using 3B so often. It's just like, it is completely killing anything, just due to the size of the hitbox, is completely killing anything that Manta can try and pull off here.
Yeah, he's just
can't
like,
punish
Dime
it.
is just kind of putting a stop to just like silly shit. Like, Manta was really trying to like, get the game pace up to, you know, his comfort level, but Dime just smothering him with these small frustrating pokes, and just all the tools that he needed just kind of like slow down Voldo's like game plan to like a snail's pace. Like, he's just so in control that last game on the side of Dime.
First time we've seen Manta in control so far this game. We'll see if it pans out.
This is comfort
Nice
zone. Oh my
parry.
god, Erden!
And I guess he's just like... Dime is always going for the parries almost specifically when Manta is in a stance, and so I guess he feels like he's not going to get punished all that hard. Not like you would in neutral when you could potentially like 66B or something like that, right? So I guess maybe that's the thing. First lethal hit we've seen from Dime in a while.
Lots of damage there. You can't guess right every time, so Manta's in there, the Iridan's gonna come out, but it still has a big life deficit to make up for. Back against the ring edge is gonna make Dime a little bit more comfortable just getting in there, and Dime...
Almost lost about half of his life rolling on the ground, but he had so much life to burn, it was still completely fair to do.
Yeah, but kind of making a statement there, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too comfortable yet if I was Manta.
You also have to be worried again about that 1AB lethal hit now. You've got 2 bars, so that's what he just tried to go for. Manta is slowly but surely getting used to it. He doesn't have that much time to figure this out, though.
Ooh, okay.
Side suspend bar. Very scary, very spooky. You just
Oh,
ate a whole bunch
no.
of health, but you didn't because Dime screwed up the combo. You need to get up. Ooh, very scary. I can't believe he stayed on the ground. Yeah, that does take
no.
ground. Oh, and that's gonna
Making me
hit it with
nervous.
the lethal hit. Oh, man. It
Another
all
round
spelled doom after that 4A counter hit.
Absolutely, just another round where Manta just like had life lead, but just Dime was able to just kind of steal away from him once again. So I would still stay composed if I was Manta.
It's so difficult to figure out when Manta is composed or not, because it all seems ridiculous to me. Not getting that just frame.
Good point.
Trying to do that whip punish with the 3B, obviously a lot easier than 66B.
Oh, picture perfect whip punish there,
Yeah.
except that last combo ender. But I suppose he wanted a wall or something. I don't know what that was, but either way, continuing to get the damage, looking very comfortable getting this round, and guard pressure to boot. Like,
Yeah, I
if
think-
Dime's
If I was Dime, all I'd be trying to do in that situation would be try to make Manta use the guard break that round, so that I
Right.
didn't have to deal with it for this round. But he's got a huge meter advantage, means you can get tons of bubbles, tons of parries, all kinds of utility.
Ooh, Manta can push him against the wall. It's very scary for Dime. He's gonna get Erden, but
Now you have
Manta
to deal
has
with
shown that
lots
he-
of bubbles.
Okay.
You just got the 1B lethal hit, there it is, and he's gonna
Oh,
get the C.
no.
No, he doesn't get the combo!
That's big for Manta.
Bubble.
Ooh.
So
Face
scared.
is hard. Oh, break that
Guardian.
guard.
Infinite
Break that
Guardian.
guard.
You get it? And...
That's it.
Is it? No, that's not gonna do it. That's gonna come very close, though. Geralt with another bar. He goes in the soul attack. Makes sense. Tries to go for the 1B again. Double KO!
Get out here.
I've never had this before. I assume that means that I should count the round win for both players.
No,
hold on.
Or I think no, neither player gets the win. It has to be basically replayed like it never happened.
Okay, so we'll keep it at 7 to 8.
Yeah, I think that's the way.
I'm asking if he can change his characters on a double KO.
Oh, I don't think so, because...
no, I mean, if we're not considering a game win for either player, then no, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think it's just straight up rematch. Since, like, if you just accept that this game, like, didn't exist, then, like, you know, it's just playing the last match, like, again, which is on the same stage and everything. That's funny, that hasn't happened before in War of the Roses.
Yeah, I believe that's the first time.
And we don't see a Yoshimitsu player, like, on screen.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what's going on now. I guess we're having more conversation.
No, they're just playing neutral.
Okay, sure. I don't know what's happening, but okay. Still 7 to 8 in Dime's favor. Yes, Kurokami, that match effectively didn't... That one game effectively did not happen, which means that Dime would not be able to switch characters.
Yeah, because, you know, you switch characters if you lost the last game, but, you know, no one actually lost the last game.
No, Vile Muffins. They did not... Seeing as how neither player won does not mean they both lost. Neither player won nor lost. That's not how it works. Stop confusing everybody in an already confusing first to 10.
There's so much confusing things happening in this match.
Trying to get that parry.
He got around the Arden. That's really big for Manta getting the slight lead. Ooh, it does, doesn't really push for that ring position, but...
Losing all that meter on those parries. Getting like this weird hit. Ooh,
no.
Not wholeheartedly optimal, but very, very close. Is that gonna do it? It would have if he teched up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be so difficult to beat the bubble. I saw that coming a million miles away.
Yeah.
And frankly, even if Manta saw it coming a million miles away, there was like kind of nothing he could do.
Right. Comes out 10 frames, huge hitbox.
Manta with the full bar yet again.
Games, like, I feel like it's definitely like a fight for that ring edge position.
Yeah.
It's like...
Overall, the corner control, yeah.
Like, Garo has these, like, you know, big damage wall combos, but Manta just has, like, that positional advantage where, like, you cannot run away from this Manta Scrawl situation. And if I can get a hit, then I have my own wall combos. But ring edge not playing a factor in this round, because that's just kind of a like, mid-range spacing control from the side of Dime to be able to get that round away from Manta.
Seems to be solidly going in Dime's favor nowadays, a little bit more than the previous game. Manta with full bar yet again, but obviously that means a little bit different for against Geralt. Catching all of these parries, basically the entirety of Dime's meter has been used on those. Fantastic CE in that situation. I wholeheartedly respect it. Number one, gets you out of the situation with the 1AB lethal hit. Number two, even if it was massively massively punishable, it wouldn't have mattered because his health was so high.
Right, excellent decision making from the side of Manta. He was getting around these parries coming from Geralt, and I think that is due just a usage of what is that move called? I guess it's like a Rising B plus K, that thing where he just kind of like back turn, puts his claws into the floor.
Yeah, probably something
it's just
like that.
it's just such like an awkward speed that it was just able to kind of get around the initial execution frames of the parry. With that said, I think if Dime starts mashing a little like harder instead of using the auto GI, it might kind of be a good counter adjustment against Manta. But here comes the soul attack. Ooh, the lethal hit still on deck.
Yeah, too hard. So yeah, so it's important to note that the 1B in those kinds of situations is definitely very strong. The problem is that, again, the kind of Oki that you typically get against characters when they're on the ground simply does not work against Valdo. So the 1B, whilst hitting grounded, is just not as effective. That's just the way it is. So it's going to go to 8 to 8, I believe. Oh, Dime was talking about wanting to switch characters on a loss, and he just lost, but he's not going to switch characters. Even now, outside of the game, they're mixing me up. I'm still confused by Valdo players.
I guess he just kind of wanted that knowledge for the future, but not actually the set.
Yeah.
Like, now I know and knowing half the battle kind of thing, but...
It's kind of a shame that the way that Dime lost in that situation was a little bit unfortunate. He could have used his meter to try and get out of that situation. I assume the bubble's coming pretty soon, yeah. I mean, it's not even like, I'm not even calling something that's incredibly hard to read. It's just that the bubble's really good. It's a gigantic hitbox. He has the meter for it, ridiculously fast, and unpunishable by Voldo. So I think that you can safely expect it to happen like all the time whenever he has the possibility to do so.
Similar to Baldo CE, that bubble is one of those moves that you just have to permanently plague into.
Yep. Well, the obvious difference is the fact that the bubble doesn't really do that much damage on its own. So, and it's very expensive meter-wise. So, it's something that you have to worry about when you're in a spot like that, where you're dead to just one hit.
Sure.
If you're dead to a bubble, I don't know how you win. That's very difficult. That's
like,
very, very difficult.
Can I win by doing nothing?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
If you block it, there's a good chance that he can't do it again. That's about it. Lots of corner
really
control
valuable
here.
ring position.
Fantastic
Just,
guard
getting
damage.
half-life.
He's
You're
overwhelming.
You're not getting out.
Overwhelming Dime, because short of the parries, it's not like Geralt has a lot of ways of dealing with a huge amount of pressure, and the parries have not been successful as of late.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, one of the best soul attacks in the game. Oh, he doesn't know! Oh, yes he does! I don't know about going into soul charge, though. If you thought the lethal hits... Okay, I was gonna say, if you thought the lethal hits that Geralt got when his opponent was in soul charge was crazy when Geralt wasn't in soul charge, boy oh boy.
Yeah, excellent reactions from Manta, just not getting thrown off by that unblockable setup. He's just going right into that dodge.
Dime kind of putting a lot into these parries. Yeah, the 1B doesn't work in those situations against Voldo. The hurt boxes are too small. Man, so much meter spent on those parries. The command grab is also half a bar. But Manta in soul charge now. Decided not to go with the 4B. I can kind of understand. He was a little bit worried about something, it being too slow. What does he get
He's
here?
got another thing to worry about.
Is he dead? Nah, it doesn't look like it. That looks super scaled. Ooh, that'll do
Circle
it.
damage.
Manta, 1 game away. So yeah, huge amount of momentum that Dime got off of his Geralt, just as he got early momentum off of the Voldo in the beginning of the set, but it seems like as time goes on, Manta continues to adapt. So, if there's a time to pull out something else out of your hat, definitely the way to go. Are you gonna go... No way you're gonna go with... Oh, we're going back to Voldo.
Back to Valdemir. Okay, I like it. So just
Take
kind of
the horse
recognize
you rode
that
in
he
on.
might have lost a little steam on the Geralt due to Manta's adjustments, and now we're just kind of going back to this Voldo, and hopefully the readjustment that Manta is forced to do could give Dime at least one more game, one more win.
Okay, 9-8. How are we gonna do this? I think the weapon advantage goes heavily into Manta's favor.
Yeah.
Those things are gigantic, assuming that you can hold them.
Yeah, how are they practical?
I really feel like that should not be the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth question you have with regards to Voldo's fighting style. A question that's valid for sure, but that's not the same thing.
It's like, that's what I'm asking?
Yeah. Ooh, nice sidestep. I feel like he could have gotten a ring on. I'm probably wrong about that, though. Ooh, nice jump.
Oh,
Manta always likes to end the rounds like that.
we're seeing the comeback for the jump is.
Oh man, fantastic whip punish. Problem is that you just don't have a lot of time to warm yourself up to a character that's significantly, in my opinion, significantly different than Geralt is.
In basically like every way.
Yeah. Trying to back away, he can't, and he doesn't have the parry, nor does he have a soul charge burst to get out of the situation.
Yep. But he's got 2A, which apparently is netting him all this extra damage.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, Dime, you need to win this round. If he loses this round, I have a tough time believing Dime can win the set. Like, if he lets this one get away from him...
Okay, he's taking his time, I like
Nice.
it. There you go.
Nice. He did not fall for the bait that I know for sure I would have fallen for. when that one time it whiffed. but he knew to keep it in check.
Right there, but just takes his low poke, which is fine. Oh, that's a lethal hit. Big damage. Wake up. Ooh, gets out of it. Roll backwards, huh? Punish. Dang, kind of a condition going on. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage.
Ooh, almost got that ring out. Very scary.
Oh, yeah, if you pulled out that ring out...
No! That was supposed to be a 2-2B, but he ended up getting a jump B. I'm almost sure of it. Okay, so he ends up getting the CE. That's gonna put Dime up 2 rounds to 1. Alright.
It's cool to be able to see Voldo CE every round once again.
Yeah. Manta effectively loses his bonus bar. I doubt it's going to come down to the guard damage. The guard gauge really hasn't come into play all that much throughout the whole set. Trying to be weird. Trying to get out of the soul charge situations. Fantastic punish.
Yeah, this time around, Dime's anti-Mantis Crawl pressure has been pretty on point.
Ooh, trying to catch him.
He's
Very in-close kind of stuff. Normally Manta wins in these situations, but not necessarily. Oh, almost got it. We're going back to the hotbacks.
A lot of small caliber.
Yeah. Normally Manta wins against.
Yeah.
Dime trying to play it super patiently. He has to worry about this guard gauge now. I don't know why I'm whispering
now.
now.
That patience has paid off if he can get this last hit.
If he can get this last hit. Oh no!
The guard pressure. The guard gauge.
I think it. Oh, jump A. Shades of Manta. We are going to 9-9. Last game. Voldo Mirror. Right where we started, right where we ended. Dime, player 2 in the noxious green. Manta in the royal purple, player 1. We're on a hillside. Oh, nice sidestep. Oh, into a back grab.
Oh.
God, I feel so tense right now.
Yeah,
these
playing
hotbacks.
so tight right now. Like,
Yeah, they're going significantly closer, significantly less wilding out, and just kind of trying to keep it as safe and compact as possible. But looks like Manta is kind of getting Dime into his rhythm. Doesn't get the whip punish. It also might have to come down to who gets nervous first, and considering the fact that Manta won the first round, feels like Dime is going to be that case.
That was a lot of throws that landed, so I worry about the conditioning that Manta's putting on Dime right now.
Right.
How it's going to affect his defenses.
Ooh, gets
All
that
right,
reset.
takes some time.
Okay.
Oh, yep.
Into a splat.
Here we go.
Yeah.
No mash, good.
Doesn't have the meter to try and burst out. Ooh,
Tight. No
fantastic
right
defense, though. Still not over with this. Yep. Yeah, I think he kind of assumed that the soul charge was over because he had been defending against it so well.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't get hit by that. Okay, good. Alright, I really feel like you have to use your meter now. You have to use your meter now!
God.
Manta's clutch is so high right now. Whoop! Yeah, he's just trying to be weird. You have to be worried about the BS slide. It can come in anytime.
Dime can take this.
Oh, it's gonna be so difficult for either player. Oh, he doesn't get a whip punish! That's not gonna do it, I don't think.
Mix up.
So it's
Mix
a
up.
little hit. Oh, he catches the hop! Absolutely fantastic read from that Dime.
Wonderful stuff from Dime. He was at a life deficit, but he stayed cool, calm, and busting out the weird stuff when it came time to do so. But here comes Manta now. It's not over yet for either player. Oh my god, so much rage.
Yeah, in lieu of all of that, it's important to note that Manta still has the gigantic meter advantage. And the life advantage in this situation. Dime doesn't even have something for a comeback. He's going to have to just straight up outplay Manta right now. It's possible.
Hard pressure, so maybe that's an avenue.
Oh, but I don't know if he wants to spend it here. I don't like him going for a seal below. I don't know about that Dime. Alright. Basically 2 bars to 2 bars. You do have the Garge, so you could potentially turn it into a ring out, assuming the stage situation kind of creates that situation. So something like this.
Oh my god.
Immediately into Mantis. That was supposed to be something other than jumpy, I think.
No, it was calculated. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So much damage.
I don't know. We're just running away, trying to be super defensive,
God.
not allow Manta to get anything going. Okay, decides to
There it
spend the
is.
bar. So that's good and bad. So it means that Manta's going to have the meter advantage for the last round. But also, technically, Dime still has the guard gauge, but he needs to work at it a little bit because it's in yellow and it's going to get healed up pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't recall much of a guard pressure game coming
Not
from Dime,
really, no.
So if we can get a guard break, that would be really, really interesting to close out this first of 10.
With the defensive game plan, the way that he's playing it right now, I feel like that's not going to come into play. I might be wrong.
Right.
Oh no, oh no, he spent the CE! What happens here? Okay, so he just ends up getting the regular burst, but this sucks. Manta's gonna have this and another bar on top of it. But every time this has happened, Dime is the one that pushes the initiative, and he ends up getting it.
Dude.
Yeah, but there's still another bar. Is he gonna save it for a CE? Is he gonna go into Soul Charge again? Is he not gonna use it at all?
Oh,
Yellow guard gauge is
really
probably not gonna matter at all.
dude.
Oh, he ends up getting a knockdown! Dime, are you really gonna pull this off? Oh,
Oh my god.
a hit, but yet not a hit. I don't think he should
Being
keep it for a
reversed.
CE. Oh, and he catches the hop! Yet again, constantly catching the hops at the end of the game. I think the thing that decided that match at the very end was the fact that Dime was able to pull off a read, the fact that Manta was using jump moves to keep things ever so slightly weird at the end of a game when somebody was in yellow life. And those reads, coupled with the defensive game plan, just really got Dime into the green there. So fantastic stuff by Dime. That was an amazing set.